if you're the right candidate, then how are you taking someone's job from them when you've worked so hard for it?
So I've been asked to respond to the statement, "They're taking our jobs." And my reply to that is,
it's something that I probably would associate with racism and prejudice.
You deserve that job.
They're taking our jobs, I think, it's just an offensive excuse.
The first thing I think of is ignorance.
just because it's a job in Britain does not mean that that job has to be done by a British person. If I got a job offer in America, I would take that. Doesn't mean that I'm going over and stealing their jobs.
It's too easy to say. It's too easy to fall back on and say, well, people from other countries are coming over here and taking our jobs, when that's not the case at all. You know, they've got to be qualified for that job. Obviously, they didn't just get handed these jobs. You know, you've got to go through interviews to get these jobs. Or, for instance, doctors. You know, we see a lot of ethnic minority doctors, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But they've got to go through so many years of training, you know, school, college, universities. They've got to go through so many years of it before they can be fully qualified to be a doctor. And for someone to turn around and just say they're coming over here and taking our jobs, I think is just massively disrespectful and offensive.
If they're the best for the job, if they're the best qualified, no matter where they're from, they deserve that job.
9 times out of 10, what they mean is that immigrants are supposedly taking jobs away from potential British-born employees. Now, if it's an entry-level job, like stacking shelves or driving, chances are it's actually a less than desirable job, and these people won't be going for them anyway. If it's a specialist job, like a surgeon or a dentist, then clearly it's about a skill set, and if you're right for the job, then you'll get it. I think it's also a bit of a rock and a hard place situation for people who aren't born over here, because if they are seen working, they're taking our jobs. If they're not, then they're supposedly sponging off the system, so it seems like they can't actually win.
It's a very small-minded thing to say, and these people who say like, oh well, they're working to send money to their family who live in a different country, say, if they're making that money and they want their family to be fed and things like that, then why wouldn't you? You've got that job fair and square, you've worked hard for it. It's up to you what you spend your money on and what you want to do with it.
It's a sense of ownership, and anyone, whether it be people of colour, you know, gay, bi, trans, anyone, you know, on the spectrum that isn't privileged or comes from a privileged, you know, group or upbringing, it's this idea that these people, you know, are taking a job. But I think what people have got to remember is that these people are coming from a place that we can't even comprehend, you know. It's something that we might have seen on television, might have read about on the news, but it's so, we can't even fathom, can't even comprehend like what kind of situation they're escaping. And I think we need to get rid of this idea of, you know, this belongs to us, or I'm more entitled to a job than you are because of my skin colour or because of my heritage, you know what I mean? I think equal opportunity, man, like if somebody's gonna offer a service, if somebody's right for the job, they deserve the job.